are you? Who are you?
What am I even saying?
Who are you? Oh, no, there is that. It's been a while since I made that reference. I haven't gotten as many prompts for it, so. But, you know, sometimes you take a break. Sometimes you take a break from certain vocal stems and go do other things. I don't know what specific vocal stem I've been doing recently, but not that one. Not Spinel. So, Stealth, have you ever worked hard to include a pop culture reference in any of your addresses to a court?
Worked hard? No.
Have you ever just done it?
Yeah.
No, okay. I didn't know if you were just like, you were saying it's gonna be hard in the next week, because I didn't know if you were just like, you know what, I'm gonna make a funny court joke, even if it kills me, in order to have a little treat during this arduous battle. I don't want to say it's not like I can't make jokes at my job, but I tend to avoid it more than when I'm like any other time, just specifically because some people are just like, they're already kind of just being real sassy about having to come into the doctors, so I'm like, I don't need to add something here that'll make them go off. I see all social interactions like defusing a bomb, which I'm sure is normal and healthy. Spaghetti. I see all spaghetti like defusing a bomb, in that I untangle all the wires, line them up next to each other, and then start disposing of them, and by disposing of them I mean eating them. Also, hi Claire, good to see ya. Stealth, let's say you were on a date, right? And you went to your local Italian eatery. What is one thing your date could do that would make you instantly be like, I have to leave? This is not going to work out. And it does have to do with the food in the eatery. Food opinions.
Like, the first thing I can think of is just like hating pasta.
You managed to set up the day at a pasta place, and they're like, I fucking hate pasta.
Yeah,
that'd be wild.
One, that'd be like really weird, and two,
they agree to that.
I don't know if we could coexist.
Understandable. You're going to what? Eat pasta, hopefully. Also, hi Greg. I'm going to pasta away over this. Stealth, what would you do if you met Mario in real life?
We're not talking about Chris Pratt, are we?
No. Fucking who the fuck considers Chris Pratt Mario?
Mario in real life, technically, one answer to that question is Chris Pratt.
The wrong answer, like fucking, like a really bad.
I did say one answer to that question.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to be backed into that situation.
I mean, understandably so. But yeah, there's a small.
Yeah, just regular like Mario Jumpman Mario.
Yeah, looking like he's out of Odyssey.
Cool. What will you be?
Yeah, exactly. Is that what you just quote him at himself?
Yeah, see if I can start a conversation.
That's fair. I do love, Nintendo is infuriating sometimes. I do love how when people, how when people were being like, hey, why do humans in New Donk City look like humans and Mario look like Mario? They're just like, people look different. God. How could you, you can't just ask someone why they look like Mario.
No, they spit.
What's that?
I said, no, they're spitting.
Exactly. Just be accepting of other people and cultures, please. That is the Nintendo way, on top of suing people, but you know, that has nothing to do with people and cultures, they just do that.
This is such a good game, look at him!
The dog, Yoshimaru.
Yeah, his victory quote is woof woof woof.
I love me a talking animal companion in any game. Arguably better is probably like a Pluto situation, where it is like it's an intelligent animal for sure. It's still an animal. Still
yeah,
a
dog. Koromaru's the latter.
Yeah.
Koromaru doesn't talk human. The only person that can really understand him is Aegis.
Well,
and she's a robot.
I was about to say, she's got dog translating software.
Yeah.
I do love. I should play Twilight Princess again, but because I remember liking it. And I know a lot of people are just like, ew. And I'm like, brother, what the... It's Zelda. Anyway, well, I mean, ew is the correct response to some of the characters, but that's besides the point. But I do like...
Did you talk about Twilight Princess?
Twilight Princess? Yeah. I like when you turn into Wolf Link after, you know, you get all your stuff, and you try to talk to Epona, and she's just kind of like, ride me! Like, she's just like... Brother, she's like, it's not even that she doesn't want to talk to you. She's just like, she's about action. She's like, what are we doing? Come on, Link, bud. I know it's you. Come, let's get. We got stuff to do. Come on. Good girl, Epona. Love you. You know, I was gonna say I was talking about Deltarune. We're talking about Zelda now. People can, you know, turn their nose up at the idea of making the Ocarina of Time remake so different or what have you. I do hope it is decently more open world, especially because I would love to have an excuse to use Epona. Period. End of sentence.
You don't want to roll across the field?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like that is unironically sometimes that's just quicker than calling Epona, which should not. I don't think should be the case. Like if a lot of yeah, like if you think on top of the fact that obviously it's from the N64, Hyrule Field like has most of its shit in like the northeast corner. In the northeast corner, like a couple steps from each other is Hyrule Castle, Kokiri Village, and Kakariko Village. And Zora's River, which also leads to Lake Hylia. So, like, sometimes it's just more efficient to roll there than to call Epona. And that would not be the case if they actually, you know, took advantage of having a Switch 2 and made it a big world. So
you want them to make a Switch to the game?
Yeah, you know what, Stealth, you could say that.
You want them to switch it up?
It was the thing of that was going to be the title for that was going to be the little, you know, little motto for the Switch systems, but Terry in accounting got really fucking annoying about it, so they were just
Who the
like,
fuck cares about Terry?
well, no one until he starts making awful Switch, like just non-stop Switch puns, and then, you know, just saying the motto over and over again. And then that's,
you know what? Terry ruined a good thing. That guy.
That guy. I'd rather rob Terry of joy before you know, I concede to him. Rather kill a motto.
Alternatively,
yeah,
you could rob him of freedom and lock him in the supply closet.
That would be better. But Listen, if Nintendo sets themselves up for a lawsuit,
What?
that's...
I'm sorry, was it a Switch pun in there? Shut up.
That's the thing, you know, you hear Terry make a Switch pun in the closet, you open it up real quickly and spray him with a hot hose. Just like, what was that, Terry? We couldn't hear you. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Stealth, are you excited for Deltarune 2 tomorrows from now?
I mean, yeah.
Sick. Are you gonna take a minute away from Persona 3 to play Chapter 5?
Probably not.
Damn. You'll just save that for later?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I wasn't sure if I would replay the chapters, and I'm not trying not to do that every time, but I realized I didn't have it on Steam, and I was like, this would be a good way to wind down for the weekend. And also, when I played through it on Switch, like after the full, it's not the full game, but not the demo version came out, I forgot to grab the original Star Walker, so I was like, I might as well. Stealth, is anything pissing you off recently?
Mostly work and having to do it.
Gotcha. Are you the original Star Walker?
I'm the original something.
I'm the original, like, guy. Oh. Dude. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think, saying this in Discord, I think Deltarune might have become one of my favorite games of all time. So, Stealth, has Persona 3 is Persona 3 becoming one of your favorite games of all time?
I like it a lot.
Hell yeah. And you said you played Golden, right? Persona 4
Yeah.
Golden.
Mm-hmm.
How did you like that compared to 3?
I mean, I like the animation of the combat a lot more in 3 Reload. I like the characters about the same.
That's fair.
I think this, I think the location, like the environment in which the story takes place in, For Golden, Innova, is a lot, it lights up with me a lot more, aesthetically, but I think the main story behind 3, I'm liking more.
Gotcha.
So there are things from both that I like and dislike more.
Understandable. Our friend Oki was talking about just like, I don't know if Persona's for me anymore. I don't know if I can relate to the high schoolers, and like I get that. Conversely, however, I would say a high school is just a good metaphor, and not metaphor, but metaphor for just kind of being stuck in a shit situation, which I think is universally relatable at different points of your life. So it just kind of depends on the execution.
Also, one thing that 3 has over 4 is that there is a dog.
Yeah, I was about to say. And you were and last time I was streaming, you were asking me what's wrong with Teddy. And I'm like, nothing's wrong with Teddy. He seems delightful. Conversely, however, he's a man in a bear suit.
He's not a dog.
Yeah, he's not a dog. What's wrong with Teddy? The same thing that... Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, however, in Persona 3 there is +1 child in the party, which I...
You're not so... they're all children. Just because one of them is a child is...
Yeah, I don't feel good about him using the evoker.
I mean, college could also work for that. That's true. You know what I just realized? they've toyed with this idea before. It's why they haven't had Spider-Man become a high school teacher. Fucking like,
Didn't Spider-Man teach a class at the Xavier School?
that was like a one-off. But like, they for a character they never want to let grow. I should really. So there's a video been recommended in my feed about why Marvel Comics is doing shit right now, which I mean, honestly, I kind of gathered from osmosis. But anyway, I also don't just want to base my opinion on someone else's though, so I'm just kind of okay hearing like, yeah, they're not doing. There's nothing really good right now, and I'm like, okay. But anyway, you think you know, for them never wanting Spider-Man to progress in any way, they'd have the common sense to at least use his currently adult age to put him in, you know, the situation he's famous for being in, and yet he's just kind of doing whatever. It just doesn't, just doesn't really do, you know, do that. I mean, embarrass you. That person comes out isn't a real person, isn't it? I figured it was some kind of Morgana weird phantom illusion situation, but still, I don't want that to happen ever. If I'm being honest. Also, hi J12. Stealth, how often do you go to the beach?
Not very frequently.
That's fair. Have you ever seen a barnacle before?
Yeah.
What you think of them?
They're fine, I guess.
Teddy is a shadow, is he? I don't know if this is spoilers or not for 4. I'm alright, J12.
Not especially. Like, you kind of get that whenever you first meet them, so...
No, I did figure that just because, again, the bear thing. It'd be like, kind of be wild to be like, yeah, that's a normal talking bear when you meet him. Okay, I want to make sure.
Normal talking bear wouldn't come out of a TV.
So,
he's curvier than your average bear.
Great, cool. That makes me feel even better about the fact he's a dude sometimes. But was it? I always forget his name. Is it Monzemon? Is that the guy who's Big Bear?
Yeah.
Okay, because honestly, I don't have as strong feelings about Digimon designs because I think a lot of them are kind of have already been all over the place in like earlier generations. Monzemon is one of the designs of all time though, so we love him.
Lovely attack.
Yeah, he's great. Love that guy. I conversely have many thoughts about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster designs. I was literally about to say, the problem with Teddy is the same problem as Incineroar. I don't want my animal companion to sometimes be a dude. That makes me wildly uncomfortable.
Well, he doesn't really fill the spot of an animal companion. He's just kind of...
a guy who's also there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're like, I already knew that, but I was gonna say like he's like, in terms of like shape, he's like physically filling the shape of an animal companion, you know?
And also, like, yeah, I assume you're making the argument that he's like the Koromaru or the Morgana or...
Yeah.
Which I guess would be the equivalent. He just doesn't necessarily feel like that.
No, I get it. And I'm not even saying it's a problem with him. I'm just saying that, you know, like I said, if you're like, why would you like Morgana or Koromaru more than Teddy? The answer is like, well, it's not even that I dislike Teddy as a character. It's that he presents himself as an animal companion / teddy bear, except he is a guy, and now you're telling me he's even a perv. So, like, that sucks. And I prefer it not be the case. Also, Claire, I won't give any spoilers. I really like the finale to The Amazing Digital Circus. I think they did a good job. I was worried, especially after everything Goosework has gone through with this show, that it would end on a nihilistic note. Quite the opposite, which is always fun.
I thought it was lovely.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I see what you did there. It didn't quite make me cry, but there were some really good parts about it. That's for sure. What else was I thinking about the finale of? I'm not going to give any spoilers, like I said.
There was a part that got me. It's not the one that you think.
No. You know, if anything, I just kind of hope, for their sake,
Hope.
Gooseworks can kind of just fade into obscurity. I don't know if that's what they want, but it definitely seems to be what they want.
A healthy transition from Goose works into Goose does not work.
Juice, I mean, I already said as much in Discord, but I disagree with your analysis of the ending almost entirely. So, I apologize, my friend. This is Juice was mentioning joining a book club. This is why we can't be in the same book club. I feel like we would come to blows eventually over something, I'm sure. So, within the Alphabet Mafia, I mean, everyone. Okay. I was thinking of. I literally saw someone post the one image of Kay and be like, "How did you not get that?" When everyone's like, "Jax is trans." Like, fucking everyone and their mother was saying Jax was trans throughout the entire show. That's not a spoiler.
Yeah, like that's not text. I mean, that's not subtext. It's just text.
Yeah, exactly. Jax acts like a repressed person, so it's like
kind of his whole character.
Yeah. I wouldn't consider that a spoiler for the finale. There's other stuff, but I won't go into it. But yeah.
But
no, I feel like in a lot of ways, when I had my doubts, whatever doubts I had about the show in general, have been assuaged by the finale and everything. So I would consider it a really good show, and I'm glad that it has, shown just how powerful indie animation can be. I will say that. Stealth, your non-spoilery thoughts? I thought you had. It sounded like you had one. Stealth, could you give me a good brr real quick? I just want to check something. Okay, I'm going to do this. Here we go. Make Stealth louder, so everyone can hear his barking.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
No. Stealth item. Work on demand. Cahill, what were you doing tonight? I got my friends in Discord and made them bark on stream. That was be a good use of time.
Rage baiting my gay dog.
We love Fat Dog. Working for Cahill. I'm the new Cottontail VA. Everyone's just gonna come to cons and bark for me. That's my new brand. Go on.
I said, I thought because you're big and round.
Yeah, so big and round. Been really upsetting to me. Yeah, no. Like I said. Also, to be clear, and I'm just, literally nothing to do with the whole trans thing we're just talking about. To be clear, Jax is still an asshole. He was basically everything he ever, well, I'll start using they. Everything they ever did in between a certain point revealed in episode 9 to episode 9, I would be like, wow, you made the wrong choice at every possible thing. Real world stuff, not really their fault, but rest of it, you could have done better. So, I don't think the point was to absolve them of that as much as it. Even Jack says as much in the episode, but
yeah, it's not a redemption.
No, well, I don't know. It kind of depends on how you would define redemption, but like I said,
I wouldn't define it as that.
I'm going hunting, like I said. And I think Goose is even and among reasons I'd say it's a well-written show, because I think Goose is as much aware of that as anyone, especially because they were saying Jax is apparently somewhat based on them, and then also they were like, yeah, by the finale, if you hate Jax, you hate Jax, and if you like Jax, you like Jax. I don't think it'll change anyone's opinions, and that's fair. I definitely am like, I don't know. I could probably stand to write. The book I'm trying to write right now kind of has the main character as an asshole. It's kind of a Yami Yugi situation. I shouldn't eat. I don't know if it's good if when my book / card game comes out, if there's a million quotes of me being like, yeah, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Yu-Gi-Oh! But also, probably wouldn't do good to pretend like that's not something that inspired it, so. Stealth, let me ask you, if you were watching a new anime or picking up a new game, would you prefer they wear their influences on their sleeve or try to bury them as deep down as possible?
And that fully depends on what, like, that, I can't say that without actually seeing the thing.
That's fair. We're assuming it's good. Please God, let it be good.
Hey, well, if it's good, then it's good. I don't care.
Okay. Cahill is Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Got it. Yugi's like decently strong. You know, fucking lifting up massive gold pyramid every day around his neck. Also, speaking of all this, I realized something. I had big brain moment today. Minor spoilers for Deltarune. Not really any spoilers if you've played Chapter 4, because it's pretty spelled out there. A lot of people at this point know for a fact that Chapter 5 takes place in Asgore's flower shop. But I know when the trailer released, a lot of people were just like, well, I wasn't expecting it to be so Japanese. And I realized something, because I was replaying the game. Alphys has been lending Asgore her manga. She says it in like every chapter. She was just like, oh yeah, let me know about, you know, your dad's been saying he likes this manga, let me know if you want it, da 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 da. And I was like, oh! And like in chapter 1, you can go in his shop and you see comics on his TV, so that probably has a lot
comics, you like those.
I do!
You make those.
When I can... Done with Delta Rune spoilies. Big shot! Yeah, it shouldn't. If Western... I feel it's so weird. I think I talked about this before. It's so wild that Jim Lee, famous comic artist and current head of DC Comics, was even like, yeah, manga's doing laps around us right now. And it's like, damn. Like, he said that. I was like, that was this year he said that. But honestly, that makes me feel better about being like, yeah, I read manga more often than I read Western comics, but I also think that's to some degree because, like I've said this a lot, manga is one person, and a lot of comics are corporation. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not gonna get a lot of surprises reading Batman, because because DC's pretty protective of what happens to Batman. Yeah, graphic novels, indie comics for sure. Comics are beyond me at this point. Juice, allow me to introduce you to random bullshit. That's go. But honestly, I've been reading manga for a long time at this point. Not as many as I should, but still a long time. And manga and comics are basically the same thing. It's kind of how, like, anime isn't really a genre at all. Anime is just Eastern animation, so. I literally posted, I think I posted a meme today about Western animation and anime making out sloppy style. Because, I mean, fucking look at One Piece. One of the biggest anime of all time, and it literally is meant to look like a fucking Tom and Jerry skit, so.
I like looking at One Piece.
I agree. Also, Juice, I will say, picking up a random issue is never the good way to go, because unless you're willing to kind of infer stuff and, like, literally go in media res to whatever arc is happening in that issue, you're gonna be really confused. And like, I like doing that for older comics. I love picking up an old comic at a store and just seeing what was going on in that particular issue. But what was I just thinking of? I think a better way to go is you look up, you know, obviously in manga, you just have like it's one straight story from one person for most times. But in comics, you want to look up runs, just, you know, which is basically when like a certain team gets a hold of a character. You're like, what runs are good for these characters, and then depending on what you want, you choose from there. Like, let's say you wanted to read She-Hulk. I don't know tons about She-Hulk, but I do know for a fact that her first run, a lot like the Hulk's, was not like super popular or well received, but her second run, where she famously became like one of the first fourth wall breaking, like, funny Marvel characters, that's a famously good one. So like that one, you might not want to actually start from the beginning. You might want to rather start from that part of the comic. So I remember there's a She-Hulk thing where they're like, if we sell 1,000 copies of this issue, we will do a full page of She-Hulk jumping rope naked. And then they did that, and then her female editor came onto the comic page. I was like, what the hell are you doing? And she was like, jump roping. And she's like, stop. And she's like, I can't. It's the only thing covering my bits. And then she took it off. And it was like, she literally had an outfit on that made it look like she was jumping rope. But she was covered. So it's a good bit. It's a good bit. Good things you can only do in comics. So I should read that run. That's why I didn't watch the show. I didn't hear the show was very good. And I knew for a fact I would just end up wanting to read the comics. So I knew I'd be better off doing that. And I still haven't. I need to read more. Everyone around me is reading right now. And I'm just... I should bring... As a bad CGI. Yeah. Juice is reading. I forget. I had like 3 people today say they were reading. And I need to as well. I just have hard time. I'm focusing. I try to read, and then people are like, Dylan, and then I stop reading. Dylan! We on the boat. We on the side of a boat scraping barnacles. You gotta take care of your shit, guys. Lest a dark fountain spring from the earth and turn it into a physical being. So I need to learn who the fuck... I imagine it's a decently big figure. Maybe that's what Gaster's doing. But like, I imagine whoever taught Rousey whatever the fuck Rousey knows is a decently big figure. And I also think they're completely wrong about some shit. Because Rousey is like, darkness aren't real. And I was like, that's provably false. Tenna got beat up in the Dark World and then the TV exploded. So clearly it's real. If I want them to be right. Juice, I love you. I do value your opinion in media. You just want like sad stuff. So also you play Deltarune. So honestly, I do enjoy a sad story. I would not trust it. Toby Fox is really good at throwing me for a loop. So him and Fujimoto, two people where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing right now, but that's why I'm here. So I would not want anyone else to write Deltarune. Especially never look at any. Undertale and Deltarune, there's very few things that have been ruined for me in terms of like what the community is doing. Undertale and Deltarune is not one. I would not look at community stuff for Undertale and Deltarune though. Definitely a lot of mischaracterization for different characters. So, Stealth, what's your favorite thing about Toby Fox games?
I'm sorry, what? I was busy shaking yes to the after-school theme of Persona 3.
Oh!
What happened?
I was asking what's your favorite thing about Toby Fox games? Is it shaking ass to those as well?
Music.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Still, what Toby Fox song do you shake ass most to?
I have to think on that one.
Take your time. Oh. I am very excited for Chapter 5. I will be spending... I should probably work a little faster here on my comic, because I want to spend Wednesday and Friday beating Chapter 4. What's up?
I definitely didn't need to think on it that long.
Go on.
It's the old man's boss theme.
Oh, fuck yeah. Also, Claire, we're no spoilers, I promise. I promise. Just general stuff. Like that Ralsei thing, that's something you could ask in Chapter 1. And if you haven't played Chapter 1 and you're avoiding spoilers, that's... Not gonna lie, it's a little wild. It's been almost a decade at this point, so...
Yeah, I feel like you people have had enough time to play basically everything that's out
I'm not played Deltarune yet. Damn it. Okay, Claire, I'm sorry. But also,
I stand by what I said.
I mean, kind of same. I think it's clearly episodic for a reason. I don't know. Stealth, let me ask you something. If I never took time away from publicly posting the comic to work on things, do you think it would have more readers, or do you think that's kind of irrelevant in a lot of cases?
Well, I think like repetitive activity does have an impact.
Mm-hmm. But
at the same time, I do think that you are limiting your accessibility due to principle.
That's fair.
Like you know what I mean when I'm saying that.
Oh, you mean with like social media and stuff like that?
Yeah, specific spaces where you will post stuff and others where you won't.
I might, because I think I'm gonna go on.
And I completely understand that you're doing that principally. It's just...
I will say, I should get back to posting it on Instagram, just because, like, Instagram sucks, but honestly, it's so weird how, like, Facebook is not... I don't even... I feel like I don't hear enough about Facebook doing some of the, like, cartoonishly evil things some other places do. Maybe they do. I don't know. Twitter's definitely a no-go. Because I literally, can you call that place anything else besides the Nazi site? Like...
No, you can't. It's also, I think, unparalleled with engagement, though.
Okay, well... I would say Nazis can engage with these nuts. But you wanna... Also, like... I remember, Blue Sky definitely isn't... I like Blue Sky. It's not quite what it was at one point cracked up to be. But I know for a fact, in terms of, like, the bot situation, it's not... No, I don't, Claire, I'm sorry. It's just that Deltarune's been out for a while. So, at least in terms of chapters 1 and 2, I assume if you're like, I want to play Deltarune, you know. Also, they're free. So, but yeah, it's real good. Also, Claire, if you not to be, you know, but like, if you were to start playing right now, you wouldn't even be near chapter 5 by the time chapter 5 came out. You would be still probably in the midst of chapter 2 by that time. Chapters 1 and 2. Gotcha. Claire, do you know about being a big shot? Because he's one of my favorite characters. End sentence. I was saying today, things I relate to about Spampton. Talks in obscure quotes. Is a failure. End. End list. But yeah. Also, Stealth, I will say, in some ways you're right and wrong about me fucking myself over on principle with the comic. You're right in that, like, for example, I won't do Twitter. But the way you're not right is in that I'm still fucking myself over because I am like, haha, what if I did a funny comic strip and no website in the world supports that? So, like... Do you know how many websites let you post panorama images? Very few.
Oh.
But listen. Yeah. Because you're epic sauce, Juice. Juice, if I came to your house and I handed you a milkshake, what would you do? Drink it. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is fucking banana flavor. I literally was like, I was thinking about that conversation we had today, and I was actively attempting not to mention it. So you did this to yourself, Juice. Juice is saying they hate bananas, and I love bananas. And yeah, I have 2 banana-hating friends. So... I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Banana is proof that there's a loving God out there. And that he said, look, my child, the perfect the perfect vegetation to eat, to munch upon. Sup upon this nanner. Not a banana fan. J12! Alright, the banana haterism out here. Besides stream any of deltarune. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. And Claire, this is kind of what you were saying with. When chapter 2 came out, Toby was actively like, hey guys, I'd really appreciate if no one streamed chapter 2 for at least the first day so everyone has a chance. And I know some people who immediately went online and streamed Deltarune Chapter 2. So...
What's the next number?
What's that?
2!
2! That's bigger than 1! I have to stream it!
Yeah. I gotta...
So,
you gotta play a video game?
I also think Toby might have given up on trying that for future chapters, but he tried. I was gonna say Toby seems like a cool guy. We don't know anything about Toby Fox. He's famously very private, so I don't know that, but... I am saying that based on the fact that he tried to make a very human and, like, honest plea to the internet, which, you know, more cynical people would never even attempt. Yeah, exactly. Let's look this up right now, because I was talking to someone at work about that. What does Toby Fox have?
Say.
Bark. Toby Fox is from Manchester, New Hampshire. Cool, great. Fucking... not Wikipedia, AI. Never Wikipedia. Undertale.
New Hampshire?
I need to... Hey, Stealth, would you be interested in, you know, a full playthrough, a full fan playthrough of Deltarune, that is specifically modded so that the main character is spammed in G-spammed in.
Is that something you're considering doing?
No, it's a 6-hour video I found of a full playthrough where Spampton is the main character and actively talking and fucking with people. Toriel does not treat him the same as a child, I will tell you this much. Here's what Wikipedia just says: he has chronic wrist and hand pain. Bring out the parrot, you got it. I don't think I have any kind of juice. I clicked over for 1 second and I see Juice ready to pounce about bananas. I think it's been a while since we had Starman here. Starman could fit easily into Deltarune. He's a cutie patoot, so.
Oh wow, it's almost like there's some correlation between the Mother series and Undertale and Deltarune.
Oh well, I see how you got confused there. I meant Starman as in the Kirby character.
Oh.
When he played Undertale.
Not Starman as in Starman.
The boy.
A different Starman as in that Starman.
There are several. Well, I mean, in some ways he's the original Starman. This fan base is pissing. This fan base is pissing me off. I'm the original Star Walker. I think Snapcube's interpretation of Star Walker sounding like someone on Xbox Live is actually inspired. So. Also, Seth, when's the last time you played a Chapter 1? Been a while. Been a while.
Earlier this year.
Gotcha. I like a lot of the aesthetics of Chapter 1, but it's kind of wild to see. Like, a lot of it is decently basic compared to other chapters in some of Undertale. And I think that's somewhat on purpose. Like, I feel like the castle at the end is pretty clearly like meant to look like almost like an Atari game, and especially a lot of the music is themed that way, but still weird to think about, especially looking at like Chapter 4 and 3. So also like the Anity variety. Yeah, the Anakin. These Younglings are pissing me off. I'm the original Skywalker.
I don't like that one as much.
Well, it's the Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Have you not seen Clone Wars, Stealth?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have? Okay. That's another thing. I there's like maybe 1 or 2 shows where I'd be like, oh, we should add that to the watch list, but I don't really want to do anything right now, just because we already have plenty, so. You even said that Last Airbender would be next, and I'm like, I'm wicked down for that. But conversely, then we gotta get through that and then watch Black Clover, because I do want to watch Black Clover. I want to see what the heck is going on with Mara Leone, so that way I can drool over her responsibly. I won't just be a tourist. Fucking.
We can watch Black Clover next.
It's up to you, because you haven't seen. Like, I literally, when I put my list like in order, I put them like tied, because I would love for you to experience Last Airbender for the first time, and also, like you said, it's shorter. I mean, we'll get there. Yeah.
Either way.
I do think
football is forever.
That is true. I do think we should do Last Airbender first, because the game is coming out, and Like you said, it's shorter. So, Black Clover. How long has Black Clover been out, just in general? It's not over yet, is it? Or is it?
No, it's definitely like the manga is finished, but the anime is far from finished.
Okay, in that case, like they're kind of the same. It's not like we got to catch up or anything, because it's kind of like if the source material is done, I'm just like that's done then. It's I'm not watching an ongoing thing. I'm watching a thing that I could look up the ending to Black Clover right now if I wanted to. I'm not going to.
Yes, you could.
But so, in that case, I definitely think, and also, it kind of goes with it because we're watching an American cartoon right now, and that's also.
We're watching a French cartoon right now.
A French cartoon dubbed in America. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll watch French Code Lyoko just because I'm curious. It's so weird how like I feel like Code Lyoko is when I'm watching it. It suffers more of like what people would ascribe to as like your usual dubbing problems, more so than other shows we might have watched or seen. It's just because like very clearly whoever was doing the direction for that show was like, okay, we gotta match up with a lip sync and like one for one, and it's like, well, the Americans don't talk like French people, but go for it. So again, I still love it. It's great, and I'm excited. Literally, last time we ended, Stealth was like, "Stuff is going to start happening next time. You remember this guy?" And I was like, "I don't remember it." I watched much like the first Yu-Gi-Oh. I watched sparse episodes of Code Lyoko on like Fox Kids when I was young. So, and also like Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, for you Code Lyoko heads out there, next episode's the first mention of Franz Hopper.
So, was he the guy who made the supercomputer? Is that it?
We'll find out.
Oh, that's fair. But yeah.
Or we won't. Yeah. Ever.
Honestly, I've been scared to talk about it just because I never want Stealth to think I'm not enjoying a show or watching. And there's lots of positive about Code Lyoko. But like I said, I'm curious about the original language now because I want to see how the script compares, just because like I said, I feel like the person doing the dubbing for Code Lyoko was was unsure on how to dub a cartoon from another language. So
and then after Code Lyoko, we, depending on like where it's at, we might dip back into Beat Break to finish it.
Oh hell yeah. In a closet
it's still really good right now.
Juice,
he's really good.
I'm praying for. I think between I need to obtain all of Beat Break, because I think Beat Break and Tamers, those are the peaks of Digimon, as long as Beat Break can nail it, because Beat Break is really fucking good. But also, Juice, I won't have that disrespect, because like the actors. Well, I was gonna say the audio quality is good. I think there were some audio problems in the last episode we watched. Besides that, I wouldn't say people are giving it their all. I think it's literally just direction of just like, we need to make this match with that, and they're, oh, go on.
Can I just comment on how fucking crazy it is that like 2 or 3 footballs into Code Lyoko, they announced that it's getting another season.
Yeah, they are saying there will be more Code Lyoko soon, which is delightful.
Well, I don't know about soon, but
in the nearish future.
Yeah.
Soon, as in not never, which was when we started Code Lyoko, the initial conceit. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm curious about how much it improved. Because I would say I could already see a gradual improvement with the script quality as we've gone on. So it's that, or I'm getting used to it. Either one works. But I'm curious how they'll do, like, literally 20 years later. So that being said, music and aesthetically, me and Stealth both agree it should stay the same. If they change how the 3D segments work in Code Lyoko, Why the fuck are they even making a new Code Lyoko? What's the point?
If they don't at least remix A World Without Danger,
Yeah.
then what's the point?
I don't want, especially since it isn't even like a reboot or a sequel series. They're calling it a continuation. Fucking, why the hell would I want a new theme song? I hope they still have 5 heads. I mean, like, if they don't have 5 heads, then...
That's integral to their character
I know,
design.
I was about to say. That's like the style of the show. If they get rid of that, then we know the reboot isn't going to be shit, so... Yeah. I mean, hey, y'all, listen, if y'all don't know Code Lyoko, which, like, Code Lyoko is definitely one of those shows where, like, you watched it once as a kid if you were in America at that time, and, you know, you were just like, wow, this is cool, and then never saw it again. But, what was I just...
I always caught that shit up Lucy.
Look up, like, the monster designs and just the general world and everything. It's fucking... It's great. Fucking love the cubes. Great. I mean, if I'm being honest, the real, like, best enemy design, I think, is the crabs. The crabs stick out no matter where they are. It's real good. Mega Tank's also pretty good, especially when it, like, opens and there's flesh inside, question mark?
Fleshball Big Laser.
Yeah. Also, when Juice was watching it with us at one point, they commented on one of the kids just getting wrecked, and I was like, yeah, the show is good at that. Like, a regular enemy shows up and kills a main quote-unquote kills. It's like a game system, so they're fine, but legitimately, in the world of Code Lyoko, one low-level enemy showing up can be a massive problem depending on what's happening, so... Which is the complete opposite of, let's say, a Star Wars, where one battle droid shows up and no one gives a shit. Poor B1s. Because they love that one song. Well, A World Without Danger? I mean, that's the theme song. I will say, it's also like, and I did this in a rewatch, it's also completely free on YouTube, which, okay, actually, let me do one
all
thing.
like 90-something episodes?
Yeah. Which is why, Code Lyoko is like twice the length of any Digimon we watch, which is wild considering the difference in like the franchises. But
yeah, basically every Digimon series is about 50 episodes in length.
Yeah. I'm officially going to put, I was saying I'm not going to add anything to our watch list. I will add Transformers Prime, and that will be the last one. Simply because that is also...
Beast Wars!
What's a Beast Wars? Before we, if you want to watch Beast Wars, I'm down, but we should watch Prime first, because Prime is like it is one of the peaks the Transformers franchise ever reached. So, and it also has fun early 3D. I love a lot of early 3D looking shows, and I'm a 2D guy, but anyway, yeah, so it's easy to skip around. I think, like I said, I think a lot of what the show does is so much better than like some of the audio stuff that I'm the kind of person who's willing to ignore one kind of like sore thumb if the rest of the thing is really cool, and that's definitely Code Lyoko. Because aside. Should get rid of that because that's not how big that is. It's so I don't know if I can ever end up doing a page like Oda where it's like, this is what the ship exact measurements are. It's like, I'm gonna fuck that up. Everyone's gonna have a problem with that. So, but Code Lyoko fun.
Like, that in itself could be a bit, though.
What's that about the ship? Because
the fucking boys don't know shit about measuring shit.
Well, they didn't build the anvil. They stole it. Yeah,
no. What that meant was that they definitely could not supply accurate measurements at all.
It's incorrect. Yes. For anyone who doesn't know, canonical backstory for Walt and Willie. is they were left at an orphanage when they were babus, and they spent about like 10 years there before they're like, this sucks, and then they went and stole a ship and became pirates. So, and if you're like, oh my gosh, will their parents ever come back into this? Fuck that, no. They do not have parents that matter in any way, shape, or form.
Wait, are you implying that they're alive but just don't matter?
Maybe. Literally the only thing I can think of when I picture Walt and Willie's parents are like two people drunk at a bar. So if they're alive, that's what they're doing somewhere. They were smart enough to give up their children knowing they couldn't care for them, but that's about their only notable quality. So. And if your response to that is like, damn Cahill, fucking... I'm so sorry I'm not trying to rip off Star Wars and have a dramatic parent reveal. So sorry that's been done in many franchises, and I have no interest in doing so.
Walt just looks at the camera and is just like, I'm Walt Skywalker.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, fucking... Into this. It's fun. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I can give other like, literally, the whole thing is like sailing around the seas having adventure. Other characters can have parental trauma. So, also thing, why I'm taking a break right now as I work on it is in part because I wasn't super happy with the Wukong arc. That's still canon. I don't know if I would include it in any collections going forward. I might just reference it from time to time. But like, I think it was a little rushed. And in this thing, we're going to kind of do a similar thing where the brothers are helping someone out. What was I just thinking of? I forgot. All right. But yeah, I mean, that's part of it, is fleshing out more characters, taking time, etc., etc. So try and write things better. That's part of it. So yeah, there might be people with parental trauma down the road, but it won't be the brothers. So part of the inspiration for the brothers is the Warners from Animaniacs, and in some way they're even like a more crazy version of them, because for a lot of cases I treat Walt and Willie like a singular character, and by character I also mean force of nature, because they just do whatever the hell they feel like. So that's them. Please, anyone God, read my comic. I do it for fun, so it's chill. When I make a book, that's when I will hopefully, you know, have people read that. Walter and William. That is their full names, actually, so. Walter and William Wallop. They do also just beat people to death. That is something that has always been true. Cue that what, like, there's lots of things I do like in the Wukong arc. It just made me rethink about how, with another W name. No. That would be like, if I do that, Juice, it'll literally be like a Waluigi situation. Not Wario, Waluigi. Where, like, it's a guy who comes up and, like, I'm the third Wallop brother. They're just like, who the fuck are you? We don't know you from Adam, man. Adam from
Walt and Walt.
Walt. Waldo. They finally found him. Adam from the Bible. Something they don't canonically have any knowledge of. William Afton.
The bubble.
New bubble. There is religion in the world of the Wallop brothers. I won't tell you what it's about, though. That's spoilers.
The sun god Nika.
No, that's copyright.
The nun god Sika.
There we go. Lord. This isn't really... I won't... Okay. No, this isn't a spoiler, I wouldn't say. It's just a thing that happened. It's One Piece. It's recent One Piece stuff. So if you don't want minor spoilers, pause for like 5 seconds. They revealed the name and a like rough design for the rain god, and it was really good. It was peak.
You do be throwing your rank game to Black Widow.
I see what you did there. It's like, what did he say? And I was like, I get it. But you know. So I look forward for the other ones. Because, like, surely nothing's better than Luffy. And then, you know. Also, I forgot to draw the sails. Yeah. But, you know, not to talk more. I mean, it's my stream, but I'm still just like, I'm not trying to monopolize. One, stealth is here. So I'm not trying to monopolize conversation. And then two, I don't know how much people care about. I mean, it's a stream where I'm working on my own comic, but still. But I don't really necessarily. I mean, we're gonna watch Avatar, which is obviously like one of the best shows ever. Not to overhype it for stealth, but it's pretty good.
No, it better be a fucking masterpiece now. You said that.
There's a Lord. Stealth. Let me ask you something before I continue my conversation.
Okay.
There is one episode. So Avatar is genuinely considered one of the best shows of all time. There is one specific episode universally regarded as the worst. Are we watching that? Yes or no?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That,
I was curious.
I want to be part of the universal consensus.
Which episode is that? I'm gonna the canyon episode, Juice. The one with the chasm. If you don't recognize it from that, you can simply join us when we watch it and be like, "Wow, that wasn't anything." Jesus F for Fazbear, Christ. What was I thinking of? Oh, right. But yeah, like I said, I do the comic for fun, just to do more art and hope that one day people will read it and really like it. Well, in that case, Juice, you like the entire series, which is good. So, I mean, the worst episode of a good show is still better than some entire shows. Looking at Fairly Odd Parents, but what was I just thinking of? All right. But yeah, I am trying to work on making a book, like I mentioned before, that is decently inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't think it matters how many shows we watch. I think the way Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters specifically blew me away when we watched it. I don't know if that will ever be matched, which is not to say that we will never have better times than when we watch Duel Monsters. Quite the opposite. Stealth is one of my best friends. Spending time with him is great. I'm just saying in terms of the show itself, Yu-Gi-Oh! Surprised the hell out of me. And Stealth has lived to regret making me such a big fan of it. So.
What part of me has suggested that I regret it?
None at all.
Like, it's the single best piece of media that I've ever seen, which is why I showed it to you.
That's
I'm glad
fair.
you like it.
But Stealth, what about the amount of times I talk about time and magic?
And the fact that your profile picture is currently
Time Wizard.
Yeah.
I need a Time Wizard. I just need Time Wizard in my style. In they're just Cahill time.
Why isn't Time Wizard a parrot?
What's that?
Why isn't Time Wizard a parrot?
I don't think there's any. I think I've had a hard time finding a PNG of him. I need to do some Photoshop. Maybe this week or next week we do some stream asset work, because I could use that. But yeah. Fairy Godparents indeed, yeah. The amount of episodes of Fairy Godparents I would consider like, oh, that's good. There's not enough of them. I think SpongeBob, post-movie SpongeBob, which a lot of people consider mid, a lot of that's better than a lot of Fairly Odd Parents, which, you know. Like, SpongeBob, as they're starting to, like, milk it, is better than Fairly Odd Parents when the creator of the show was still working on it, so. It's still good. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of, like, I think that would be, like, what? I'd say, like, 2006 to 2013, what have you. Can you just go somewhere? Cosmo? Wanda? I wish Butch Hartman was in a 5x5 concrete cube.
Okay, where do you want it?
I don't care.
Bottom of the ocean it is.
But Timmy, we can't kill people with our magic. I don't want him to die. In the cube. You will never hurt anyone ever again. Yeah. We'll do a lot of...
Look, just in the cube. We're not responsible for what happens after.
Yeah. Cosmo, Wanda, I want Butch Hartman to experience the fate of Cars, the ultimate life form from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, not Phantom Blood. It's a battle tendency. What was I thinking of? I mean, he was in Stone during Phantom Blood too, so it worked out either way. What else was it? But yeah. Phantom Blood is the best part, Juice. No, you cannot watch literally any of JoJo's not having seen Phantom Blood. Even if you don't like Phantom Blood, when you watch the rest, if you're really watching, it gives you an appreciation for how Phantom Blood turned out. So, and also Speedwagon is there. So, shut up. Also, if you've ever played Dark Souls, like Dark Souls 1, or 3, I guess, because 3 has a lot of 1 in it, and you don't watch Phantom Blood, how dare you? That's literally where Tarkus is from. So. And again, who doesn't like Black Iron Tarkus? Stealth, what is your favorite Dark Souls NPC?
Sigman from Katarina.
That's fair. Love an Onion Knight. I liked playing Final Fantasy 3. I learned that the heroes of Final Fantasy 3 are pretty universally called the Onion Knights. I don't know why, but
It's their starting class.
that is it. I thought their starting class
Yeah.
was Freelancer.
Oh.
Okay, let me... Final Fantasy Onion Knights. Yeah, I like Final Fantasy in the job system. I kind of liked 4 in the... like, just the writing in that game better. So, Onion Knight job. Why are the FF3 heroes called Onion Knights? Here are okay, well, oh, this is from game. Okay, this is honestly, I don't like literally any. Oh, where's Yui? Where's Yui? Everyone, shut the hell up! I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. It's crying time. Crying time to be had. Anyway, I was looking. Can I show it though? It's good. It's really good. Honestly, it kind of has a bit of Code Lyoko sauce to it, which we love. Hey, Yui, you've drawn them so much better than I've literally ever drawn my own characters. Up to you. Okay, well, I'm gonna show it. It looks so much infinitely cooler than anything I've ever done. Image. Media. Browse. Or pictures. Hello? Oh.
Hi.
I was like, I pulled up a screenshot and it was like, you want this? And I'm like, yeah. And what if I move it to the desktop? What if I did that? Oh, that would be why, because I didn't have an image. I did media, which is not an image. Stealth, I don't know if you know this, but videos are not images. They're many images, but as a whole, not an image. Look at this look at what Yui drew! Look at what Yui drew! It's so good! I love it. And it's not even done yet. Oh, that's so good. I love it. They're sassy. They got a big hammer. Ah, that warms my heart. Killing myself post-birth. Thanks, Yui. No, don't do that. Living is so worth it. Let me see, is my fan... Nope. Okay, that's good. I'm friend pill, that is true. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you letting me show chat, because it warms my heart. What was I thinking about? Oh, yeah. I was literally just gonna say, sometimes, when it comes with a source, I don't know, it doesn't need to be AI, but I do... Well, no, because they had this... I need to steal my mind. Because, like, they had the autofill answers before AI. So, like, you could have that stuff before. Anyway, according to GameSpot, apparently the reason it's called Onion Knight is because, like, from Japanese at least, that's kind of synonymous with being a poor knight. So, which makes sense because they're all orphans. So. Also, I don't know how much action is going to be in this arc. I will say, though, Mickey Mouse will be a prominent character in this comic. And I can do that now.
Oh, boy!
Yeah. Also, yeah, to be clear, his name is Michael or Mikey. He does not like being called Mickey. Like... I can't. Like I said, I really did like FF3. There were some difficulty spikes, but I mean that's kind of any RPG if we're being real. I really said to Stealthy, it's like because he was playing through it, and I was like, yeah, there's this one boss I kind of hate because you need a certain class and it's a pain in the ass. And then he was like, this one I beat it, and I was like, of course you did. Stealth remains gaming.
Yep.
Go on.
Yep. I think Final Fantasy 3 was like my favorite of the early Final Fantasies.
It's pretty good, especially with the job classes and everything. So, but I legitimately think a lot of, especially in the 3D version, a lot of story and presentation in Final Fantasy 4 is really good, and I like a lot of the kit. I like Cecil. Cecil's great, and Golbez is admittedly pretty cool. I saw someone call him like Darth Vader. I don't think he's that cool, but Golbez is cool. So, he's a cool villain. Or is my most favorite, yeah. My one criticism is that as much as I don't like RPGs messing with your party as you go through a story, like without your consent, I didn't mind it in 4 because there was a pretty small list of characters you were working from, and they were all constantly rotating out, like, you know, like people would leave and come back and etc, etc. My problem is they add a ninja/thief class at the end of the game, and that's the problem. It's the end of the game. Like, I don't mean to be rude. I don't care about that guy as much as, say, Yang, who's cool and based as hell, and I love him, and I wish, you know, he was the final party member. But yeah, all the characters are cool. I'm just saying. I use homie like that too. And like that's the problem, right, Yui? Like again, not to put words in your mouth, but like on top of the fact that he's a character that comes in late in the story, it's also like Yang was a tank, and this guy is not as much of a tank because again he's a ninja, he's fast, which is cool. It is also the last fight in the game, and I would love some HP. Oh yeah, the twins are great. They have a cool special ability. They have a cool arc in the story. I love them. I mean, do I really need to say to anyone I love two little rascals in fiction after I'm drawing this? So, but yeah, FF4 is pretty good. Stealthier said he didn't like it as much. That's fair. Like I said, there's once I'm done with Deltarune Chapter 5, I'm gonna play 5, which I got on the GBA. And I've heard that also has a class system, and just opening it, I see there's more characters than 3, which, I mean, it was an NES game and an early game, so obviously character writing will be a little less than, but a job system with a good job system with good story, Lord, sign me the fuck up. That's why I'm so excited for Resonance. So. Where were you? Where were you? Yeah, he's... Like I said, he's later. And he's kind of a dick. Like a lovable dick. But... he's like a ladies' man. And that's very hit or miss. Stealth, let me ask you something. There are 10 Straw Hats, correct? 11 counting Vivi. Though she's not currently accompanying them. Where would you rank Sanji?
It's so hard to rank them. I like them so much.
No, that's fair. I had a feeling that's an acceptable answer, especially for the Straw Hats specifically.
I think he cracks top 5.
You think so?
Yeah.
Where's Frankie, out of curiosity? Is he top 5 or is he...
I think he might be just outside.
Yeah, that's fair. He doesn't get as much screen time, but he still rules. So I was curious. Sales are hard to draw from the side. Oh, go on.
Like Luffy, Jinbei, and Usopp are definitely up there.
Yeah.
In the top 5. I also want to say Robin is.
Yeah. I mean, my top 5 would definitely be like Luffy, Usopp, Robin. I don't know if Jinbei's in my top 5, but like you said, it's hard to rank them in general. Zoro is not in my top 5, and I know for some people that's like unthinkable, but I'm sorry, Japan. I like the others a bit more.
As a character, I think I like Sanji more than Zoro.
Yeah, I think that's... Well, that's a problem, right? Because, you know, looks at Fishman Island, but fuck...
Oh, yeah, he has, like, wild character flaws.
But
that makes a character more interesting.
Trying to think. Oh, Brooke. So, Brooke just below Robin. And then what would number 5 be? Would it be Nami? I'm not sure. It might be Nami. Because we got...
Like, because...
Go on.
I was just kind of explaining what I was saying earlier. Because, like, Sanji can be a fucking dick sometimes. But you know who would be the first to come running if Combat Kingdom needed help?
The Sanji would be.
Yeah. He'd be walking their way so fast.
Also, it's like... Yeah, I mean, I was literally about to call Sanji Jax with the amount of repression that's there. And also, like, Fishman Island exists, but so does Whole Cake Island. So, like, the Whole Cake Island fucking rules. So, and it has, like, probably the best fight in the entire series. And Sanji's not in that fight, but he does get a lot of other cool moments. The only thing I'm kind of sad about is that he doesn't ever kick his own family's ass. He was so, like, clearly capable of doing so. And he just never got the chance. Try to explore the job before the finale. Chum, for me, I like options are always better, for sure. But I'm definitely the type of person to pick one job and try and stick with it, and then, if like, you know, if I can switch halfway through, I appreciate that. But I get that. because obviously leveling up as a knight doesn't give you black mage points in Final Fantasy 3, so it can be rough switching. But yeah, I'm trying to think who would my 5th be, because who do we got left? We got Frankie, Nami, Jinbei, Zoro, Chopper. I already said Usopp. Who am I forgetting? There are 10 Straw Hats. I gotta look up the Straw Hats now. Are there only 9 Straw Hats? I thought there were 10. Or did I literally just include Vivi, or just not even thinking about it?
Hold on. Let me do Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, Chopper,
1, 2, 3, 4,
Frankie,
5, 6.
Robin, Frankie, Brooke, Jinbei. That's 10.
That's 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So who are the 6 not in my top 10? Oh, Sanji. We were talking about him so much I didn't even think to include him. So out of those 6, who's my top? I don't. Honestly, I might put Jinbei at number 5 too, because he's a bro. Let's think of him. Jinbei or Nami, either of those could go in the top 5 spot. Nami doesn't have as many things I like about her, just kind of passively, but she's got great writing. Have you ever played DQ9? Here's the thing, Trom. I tried DQ5 and I have 6 and 4 as well. I didn't like it as much as a lot of Final Fantasies I played. I might try it, try more DQ in the future, but so far I've liked Final Fantasy a lot more, and I've seen a lot of people say that 5 is really good, and it is. Like it's just I don't even know if I would say Final Fantasy takes itself more seriously, and I don't even want to say it's necessarily better written. I think it's just a case of, like, you know, DQ is definitely more lighthearted, so I don't think it sets up like stakes or a lot of other things that Final Fantasy will take the time to go through, because it's just, you know, it's just an adventure you have. DQ5 is really cool though, especially with like the 3-act structure and everything. There's lots of stuff I liked about it, but like I said, if it's like you have to pick a random game from one of these franchises to play, I'd probably go Final Fantasy. Just be like, okay, what am I gonna get? Still, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? I might have asked you this already at some point, but I forgot, so.
My favorite Final Fantasy
just in general. Doesn't even have to be mainline. As long as it's kind of a RPG-esque entry in the overall franchise.
I'm considering.
I'm just gonna say, all right.
With the knowledge that I have not played 6 or 8, which are both very highly acclaimed entries in the series.
In different ways.
Yeah. That, like, 7. It's just 7.
I'm so glad to hear you say that, because 7 is also my answer. And you can say what you want about 7, but I literally think Materia is like the best version of a job system ever. So fucking, it's like, hey, would you like to give your characters any abilities and any build you want? Here, do that. And you want to know the cool thing about it? The spells level up individually apart from the characters. So if you want to take that shit off and apply it to someone else, you can do that. And you want to know something? That's one of the coolest things any game has ever done, and we haven't even talked about the story, which is pretty well written. So 7's great. I'm very excited for Resonance, in part because they've already said it has like a job system, except the jobs are different Final Fantasy characters and other like spirits, basically, which is really cool. So very much looking forward to that. But yeah, Love 7. He also has like one of the best battle themes. So, cannot deny. I think it's really funny because when I was watching Super Eye Patches Wolf reaction to Resonance, because you know he's a bit of a weeb. He was not happy to see Cloud, and I get that because he loves Final Fantasy VII. But also, what isn't Cloud in? Like, Cloud and Sephiroth just be showing up and shit. So, and we literally just got Tifa revealed for Street Fighter 6, so I can understand if he is maybe just like, why are they putting my favorite thing, well, not, I don't know if it's favorite, but game he loves in everything. It's a bit much. I would say maybe don't, Trom. We've already been getting into a lot of game spoilers this stream, honestly. And also, I might play, just because I'm preferring Final Fantasy, I would still like to play, you know, more Dragon Quest. Rest in peace, Toriyama. The GOAT. Listen, we all know Master Roshi is well, first off, I like Master Roshi. I don't, but in the same way with Sanji, not a great character archetype. That being said, I've seen so many different artists do that, do the drawing Toriyama did, where it's just labeled "Me in Paradise" and he's reading a porn magazine and like smoking and eating cookies. So clearly the man was a genius. Yeah. You know, I was thinking, because as we all know, Matt Pat gave the Pope Deltarune wasn't out yet. He gave the Pope Undertale, which then caused the Rapture. And I was thinking, if someone had not played games in general, I probably wouldn't hand them Undertale, because Undertale, a decent amount of its twists and story beats play on game ideas. I do wonder if I would give them Final Fantasy, though. Famously,
like, it's sort of the prototypical JRPG, right?
What's that?
Final Fantasy, it's sort of like the prototypical JRPG, right?
Yeah. Like, I think it would take some time for me to decide what Final Fantasy, not any of the later ones. I definitely an early, maybe 4. Because 4 kind of hits a lot of really standard fantasy beats. You can explore, but it's also not too open that you get lost. Pope has time to play video games. I mean, he could. I don't fucking know what the Pope's up to most of the time. If the answer isn't reforming the church, but anyway. I say that, but Leo did a whole article about why AI sucks and we need to stop it. So there's been some decent popes in recent times. Anyway, that's the thing about it. But yeah, Final Fantasy I do think is maybe a good choice. I don't know if I'd hand him any Mario. Maybe Mario Galaxy might be a good one.
Not Odyssey?
No, not Odyssey. Maybe 64, but Odyssey I would consider like... Odyssey is definitely great if you've played any Mario, but if you know about platformers or have played Mario in the past. But if you've never played any video game, I can only imagine the hell you'd be in for. Either A, figuring out any tech, even the most basic tech in that game, and or just the sensory overload of constantly running into a moon every 5 minutes for the first half of the game. So, like, I probably would hand them at Odyssey.
I feel like in the same token, the Galaxy would brain hurt you.
Yeah. You think 64 would be a good idea of just like, here's a castle, run around, find stars? Because I played 64 when I was like, before I was even really playing games. I played it when I was like 6 on the DS, and I was like, this is the best game I've ever played in my entire life. And I still kind of feel that way. And in my head, you know, 64 and Final Fantasy VII are like shaking hands, and it's like games people have a lot of opinions about, but Cahill just kind of thinks is good. Like, any video essay or thing where it's like Final Fantasy VII / Mario 64 not actually a good game, and it's like, okay. Contrarian. I would say, especially for an N64 game, I think, like, this is literally my point. I think you could just you can literally just remake. I would not want a different, like, a Mario 64 remake to be different in basically any way, outside of maybe letting you get some stars without loading out. Like, I think that's the thing everyone says. Besides that, exactly the same. Ocarina of Time, by its very nature, begs to be expanded upon in modern hardware. So, still a great game to play on the N64, but, like, just by its very nature, I think you can do a lot more with the concept of modern stuff. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, like you said, Trom, Undertale's a quote-unquote good choice, even though everyone made fun of MatPat for that. Because one of the major things is, like, you don't have to hurt a single soul to get through this. Whereas, you know, a lot of games treat fighting as second nature. But, like I said, if you don't know games, I think some of the story beats might fall flat. Just because, like, the whole execution points thing. That doesn't make sense to anyone who hasn't played games before, so... You know, I don't really like I haven't gotten through all of Earthbound. I wonder if Earthbound would be a good thing. Because it's definitely similar to Undertale. It's a decently simple RPG. A lot of people do like it. And it's still funny, but it doesn't necessarily hang a lampshade on all the game mechanics, like Undertale does with some stuff. So that's another option. Also, the creator of Earthbound, Itoy, he doesn't even do game. Like, he does a lot of things. He made the Mother series as, like, the thing, his game thing. Hello, my name is Itoy. This is my one game I'm doing. And then everyone liked that. So. Stealth, let me ask you something. Oh, Stealth's gone.
What?
Oh, I was gonna ask you something. If you had to force any creator, dead or alive, to create a new entry into a series you love, or even a one-off, a sequel, what would it be?
And, like, it was still, like, do I have any say in, like, how that goes down, or did, like,
well, you can make a suggestion. Yeah, I mean, since you are magically compelling them to do a new thing, you can make a suggestion. You definitely can't dictate the whole course of it, but you can be like, I want it to be kind of like this, and they will take that into heavy consideration going forward. They'll take that as a jumping off point, at least.
Okay. I'm going to be incredibly selfish and say Melee 2.
I mean, that's fair. Would that be technically be Sakurai? Is Sakurai responsible for Melee's whatever the fucks? Let's have a good dinner, J12. Or would
that's why I said it'd be selfish, because I'd basically be saying, hey, vibes, Grandpa, make a competitive game again.
Well, I guess what you would be saying is you want, like, the competitive Smash, basically. Like, make a Smash that is specifically using the things from Melee and what have you to be, like, the competitive.
Not to say that Ultimate is completely non-competitive. I will say that about Brawl and Smash 4, but...
I don't know who's the head of the Luigi, because that definitely would... I don't think... Miyamoto almost certainly did like Luigi's Mansion. I don't think they would have made Luigi's Mansion if Miyamoto wasn't like, we're making Luigi's Mansion. But I don't know who's headed like 2 and 3. So, that's fair. Because I was thinking of single creators. Honestly, in my modern day, I would wonder, like, because I don't want any more pirates for multiple reasons. I think the trilogy is great. I don't know if this would, how much this would change based on, like, you know, based on other stuff I'm into. I feel like I would want a blood oath from Toby Fox or Fujimoto, one of those two, that they would either make a new game or new comic, respectively, to their different art forms, following the project they've just done. So Deltarune and Chainsaw Man. If I can get a little blood oath from those guys, I'll take that. And I wouldn't even use my little input ticket that I gave Stealth, because I'd just be like, surprise me. Love you, again. I guess I could get Warren Spector to make Epic Mickey 3. That would be fun. I might do that. That might be more worth it, actually, now that I think about it. Because, one, I can just completely cut Disney out of the equation with this little magic system I've cut up. And two, it's no longer kind of like lost media like it's become. So even though it was never really started in the first place. So that might be fun. Good question, Cahill. Thanks, Cahill. Alright, that just made me think of Ice Cream Sandwich. I like Ice Cream Sandwich's videos. And I think he drew himself making out with a clone at least, I gotta say, at least twice. So, you know what? Good for him. Self-love. So let me ask you something. What would you do if for your birthday, I bought a commission of you making out with a clone of yourself? Would you hang it in your house?
No.
No. That was fair. You know, I just realized something. I've been watching Crelly the Cow recently. I think maybe one reason I've been watching her is because she has a friend, Coco, who she does this to, and I just do this to Stealth. So anytime I'm not hanging with Stealth, I'm just watching.
1,000 questions, yeah.
Listen, okay. Do you want me to stop asking my questions? I'll sit here.
No.
Okay. I don't think that's been the case, as you have multiple times said, Cahill, if I didn't want to hang out with you, we wouldn't hang out, especially not weekly on a regular basis. But
that is correct. Shoddy.
Shoddy. And also, Crelly's question a lot of Crelly's questions do definitely, you know, revolve more around the two of them being lesbians. So. So big and round. Cahill, what draws you to Stewie Griffin Cottontail as much as it has? You like it more than Cottontail Allen from Smiling Friends?
No, that's also pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. They are funny in different ways, because I would say Cotton's fucking Alan Fugi is like surprisingly well done and solid, whereas her Stewie Griffin one looks like weird clip art that has been mashed together. And I don't. I love knowing Reynos Veras Jr. simply by proxy, simply because I watch VTubers and he seems to know all of them. So, Ray, I don't know how you did that. It's funny though. I legitimately, you know, since we've discussed at length before, me and Stealth, how Ray definitely does it to himself, the Let's Play thing, because I wouldn't know that if he didn't bring it up half the time. But conversely, I would literally just tell him, it's like, bro, I don't know you from Let's Play. I know you because you hang out with every VTuber on the face of the earth. So. Love him in Chibi Doki. Very fun times. That's what I was saying before. I think it was literally too Trom. I'd be a Mets fan. If I wasn't a Phillies fan and I had to pick a team, I'd pick the Mets, in part because of Nags. It's funny meme. So, the Mets, baby. It's all about the Mets. Come on, baby. Get a home run, baby. I literally was talking, in part because I was talking to Trom about sports last stream. I was talking to people about my family when I was seeing them this weekend about it. And I feel like I heard a lot of people saying the Phillies have been doing well and they're waiting for them to fuck it up. So I think they're literally playing the Mets next game. I don't know if that's today or not. I'm so unclear when sports are like daily and when they're not happening. Never clear to me. So
I have no idea either.
yeah. Stealth, you have to pick a sport. What sport do you like?
Probably baseball.
Yeah, but I think I've seen different like for example Futurama, like there's just different shows be like baseball's boring, and it's like I definitely agree on TV. Going to a baseball game is fun though. You watch the game. Sometimes something really cool happens, and other times you eat a hot dog. So it's pretty good. It's practically daily. That's what it sounds. When I check in, that's usually what it is. So.
Also, reasons exterior to the sport for enjoying baseball. Whenever anyone in a fictional property wields a bat as a weapon, they're really cool.
That is true.
And also, baseball fans are neat.
I have been thinking about something with deltarune in relation to that, but I won't say. Claire is still here, and also, who knows? Maybe it's something in Chapter 5. We'll see.
Well, maybe. I kind of feel like I get what you're thinking.
Yeah. Well, okay. I will text you what I'm thinking right now, and you let me know whether or not it's like, you know. It was just related to bats and what have you, since, you know, a lot of people point that out.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, that's like one of like, I think there's like 4 distinct possibilities, and the 2 ones that are most popular, which I will also text you right now. I think the 2 ones that most people kind of default to, I'm like, though I don't think those are happening for multiple reasons.
I think the third one's the least likely.
Is the third one? Oh, the third one I've listed here.
The one that, yeah.
Yeah. Because the 4th one, which I think would be a fun twist, and probably won't happen, but it's something I thought of, and maybe, who knows, is this one. And if it...
No.
No, yeah. Well, that's definitely become less likely with what we know about Chapter 5, for sure, but... There was a time where I was like, that could work, honestly. It'd be weird given the kind of transformation, but I'd still be like, could be a thing. Also, I was watching a fan animation from Deltarune. I would like... I won't say the main villain name right now in case anyone doesn't know, but... I would like a legitimately just like...
Toby Fox.
I would like a Toby Fox. But I would like a legitimately just heroic confrontation with them, with a full party, sometime near the end of the game. I don't know how much of a twist will be thrown for by them, but I think it'd be cool. We'll see. They could be a good guy for all we know. We legitimately don't get it twisted. Literally no one has any idea what's happening in Deltarune right now, including the characters in Deltarune. So,
especially the characters in Deltarune.
Yeah, exactly. Unironically, one of the characters who knows the most is Ralsei, and I think he's wrong about half the shit he says. Not on purpose, but because he's been led astray by whoever the fuck taught him what he knows, so... And also because he just kind of lets anxiety get to him, almost certainly. Almost certainly for sure, so... And Susie just kind of does what she wants, which we love her for, so... Susie rules. I don't think it'll be a thing at any point in the game, but I've seen there's lots of fan content about the idea of different bosses coming back to be part of the team, part of the party for different battles, and I do really like that idea. So I think a lot of it spawns from the certain bonus content in Chapter 3, which I didn't encounter first go through, but I'm glad I learned about it, because love that guy. Burgley? Lord, I see, this is why I don't want to just keep replaying Deltarune every time a new chapter comes out, because one, I would like to replay it when all chapters are out and I can play it as one experience, but then also two, I like it when I replay and I forget something. It surprises me. One of my favorite things is at the end of chapter 2 when minor spoilers if Claire's still here, fucking Noelle and Queen and Birdley are like together as they're all getting ready to be done. I think like literally Birdley is like, I guess we didn't make such a bad team after all, and then they all laugh and Queen just goes, no, we freaking did it. And it's like, it's really good. It's kind of, I don't know, on one hand it wouldn't be great if they overstay their welcome. On the other hand, I would love more just Queen and Lancer content, respectively, in any chapter coming forward. Lancer's great. Queen is great. Truly the only bad character in Deltarune is Birdley. So, Lord, in a Discord I'm in, someone posted like in a character incel chart. And on one side was representing the most incel was a Danganronpa character. I don't know because I don't know Danganronpa.
Probably Hifumi.
Let me see. Let me look up. Danganronpa. Hifumi. Is he a round guy that I'm looking at right now?
Yeah, he's pretty round.
Yeah, it's not him. In fact, it's one of the. He's from 1, isn't he? Because I've seen a bit of 1.
Yeah.
But no, it's it's a character I know I've seen more of in different games. But the other side was Birdley, which was representing the least incel, which was literally just like, he's 14. Have you ever met a 14 autistic child? And it's like, that's fair. So he definitely doesn't know what he's doing. So. There is some excuse there. I don't know if I talked to you about this, Stealth, and I don't know if you've done this. I was talking to someone about the ending of the weird route in chapter 2 and the boss at the end of that. They're like, that boss sucks, it's not fun. And I was like, it's not supposed to be. You've done horrible things to get to this point. That is a punishment. And if anything, I don't mind. The one boss is like, I mean, it is literally supposed to be like a kind of Lavos situation, but I think Toby has every right to make like insanely hard, wildly unfair bosses for like certain occasions, because in a lot of ways Sans was supposed to be that for the genocide route in Undertale, but then people just started doing the genocide route to fight Sans to say they did the thing. So making them harder and more unfun, I think, is completely acceptable and narratively interesting. So, Stealth, how do you feel about that? About certain things in games being unfun to fit the narrative and what have you?
I think that you've asked the wrong person, because
you always like a smooth experience in games.
No, the opposite. You've asked the wrong person the exact right question to be like, fuck me up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, make me hate.
The reason I thought the otherwise is because I know you get very angry at video games, so.
Yeah, it's good. It makes me feel something.
Yeah, I get that. See, for me, it's a challenge. That's why I like Dark Souls. Like, I don't want to be an asshole who, like, the reason the game is being mean to me is because I've been awful to everyone. But I do like the game being like, here is something we do not expect you to be. Good luck. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get there. Lord, relating to all of that, Melania, I don't see a lot of people use the Iron Cleaver in Elden Ring. I beat Melania so quickly with that thing on like my second run ever. Like, it took me forever to beat her the first time. I used the Iron Cleaver. It took 2 attempts. It was insane. The thing that's so great about that weapon is that it's R2, the charging attack, has you. Oh, you know what I'm talking about, Stealth?
Yeah, I love the Iron Cleaver.
Yeah. And you put Frost on that thing, fucking, she's gone. It's over. It's ridiculous. You are actively dodging her as you wind up a massive attack. So, I don't know if... Whenever I play Elden Ring again, I might use that again. I don't, like... I almost feel bad because I liked it so much the first time.
It's such an easy button.
Yeah. Like, it's like, I should branch out. I should do a wizard build or what have you. But then, like, Claymore, Iron Cleaver, and I'm like, it's so fucking fun to do. I love doing it. I physically love it. So.
The Iron Cleaver beckons.
Yeah. That being said, it's kind of, back to the Undertale thing. It's kind of interesting, because I remember I was watching, like, being back into a Toby Fox-esque kick. It's kind of interesting, because as much as I would agree, maybe Toby thinks this, maybe doesn't, like, there's better ways to do the Sans idea than what happened with Sans. It is interesting, because there's certain mechanics specific to Sans, like, I imagine will stay specific to Sans. Like, for example, the fact that he does 1 damage, and that this fight, like, you know, he dodges so many attacks before the fight is over, like, that means you can't do anything to make the fight easier. With different fights in Deltarune, you can. Even the hardest ones, it's like, you can get better equipment, and it does make a difference. That's not the case with Sans, and I don't think he's going to go back to doing that exact idea, but... It's interesting to think that's one way the game is punishing you, is to be like, yeah, it doesn't matter what you've done up until this point. It's just going to be the exact same thing. So, just inherent to the mechanics of the fight. So that is cool. But like I said, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Toby is trying to execute that idea better as time goes on, especially because Sans became such a fan's favorite. I won't be surprised if Sans does something, you know, like that in Deltarune. I also won't be surprised if he does nothing. 'Cause he's just there to be a funny skeleton this time. What's wrong with that? So I don't think I've asked you this. What's your favorite Toby Fox character? I would say Undertale or Deltarune, but I just mean, you know, they share a lot. So.
Susie.
That's fair. Oh yeah, we did talk about this before. You literally listed top 5.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already be knowing I'm a spam man, so. That horrifying creature.
I think you know who my number 2 favorite
I do.
is as well.
And your number 3, which does not fit with the other 2. So. It's very fun. That's what I'm sad, because Queen, you don't really get a chance to see Queen in chapter 3, and then I like very little in chapter 4, just because you know it's just in Castletown, and then chapter 5 maybe, but after that we were confirmed for the end game, so probably not many funny Queen quips in the rest of it. But that just kind of makes me double down on chapter 2 being my favorite, so with chapter 4 close behind for completely opposite reasons. Chapter 4 is peak fantasy. Thank you, Tobert Fox. I'm going to lock Toby Fox and J.R.R. Tolkien in a room together, and they will kill each other. I can't wait to see what is created in the meantime. The most serious fantasy writer versus the least serious fantasy writer. Whatever happens, I will consume. You know, I'm trying to think. In terms of the chapters, like, I mean, we're literally, it says, and by math, we are clear. We are at the halfway point of Deltarune. What's the halfway point of Undertale? How much do you know in Undertale? That'd be like end of Waterfall, I imagine. And we definitely don't know as much as we do by the end of Waterfall. In what is this thinking of? What you end up with is Kung Fu. They end up making a kind of martial arts story. That'd be wild. Because like I said, we don't even necessarily know the main villain of Deltarune. There's a very easy... Oh, probably that person, but... Yeah. Stealth, are you the main villain of Deltarune? Yes or no?
No.
No. Hides black knife behind behind shirt. I wonder if Chris will ever talk. I feel like that would be a big moment if it happens, but it might never happen. They might just mime all emotional.
I can't say what I thought just now, but I will tell you later.
Text it to me. We've literally been doing that, so I'm curious now. I'm worried it's going to be horrifying, but I can't believe the last image you sent me. I don't know what compelled you to sell me that image. Jax. I know we don't get along, but 6 and 7. Dun, dun, dun. You're right, you can't say that. Well, you can say that, but I do appreciate you not saying it on stream, so
I have restraint.
I know. It's always funny when that's a thing, especially like, you know, I don't know if people assume the worst about me and my friends, but it's also funny watching other streamers when they're like, oh, I can't say that on stream, and they text it to friends. Because to some degree, it's like, if you're watching someone, hopefully you trust them enough not to say something awful, even in private. Conversely, however, but that only opens it up more as like, what the hell could they have said that had to be put behind. I need to watch more Game Changer. I do have a Dropout subscription now because it's pretty cheap. There are 2 moments from the same. I can't even send one of them. You know what, Stealth? If I send you a clip right now, could you watch it and tell me what you think without saying what exactly it is you're watching from? Yeah. Okay. It's from it's from a show that lots of people like, and yeah, they even have it up on their clip channel. Okay, I have to. Nope. Because I was laughing my ass off the first time I saw this. So if you don't know, the clip you are about to watch is from Game Changer, a show where the game changes every time. And in this specific game, they're trying to they're trying to make HR uncomfortable. So that is the premise of what you are about to watch. Oh yeah, and those are all lawyers up there, which is also fun. I didn't even think about that, sending it to you. I await Stealth's reaction. Did you get to the last part where they all like put the levers to the end and everything? Did you see it? Is that the end of it? How long is
This is a good bit.
Yeah, you can understand why I'm not just sending that to people, though, right? So, but there was actually an earlier version of that same prompt that he also did, and that one was it was say something they had to censor, right? And it's an internet show. So like they, the first two people just said curse words, and then they realized like, oh, they're not going to censor that because we're not on TV. Like curse words are fine. And then he gets up and he says they do censor it. He says censor word is innocent. The people who killed them is still out there, and everyone lost their mind. It was really funny. Also, they did a little behind the scenes where Sam was talking about where it's like, who they pick for those kinds of episodes, because you want to be able to trust the people with the prompts not to go crazy and do something awful, so that's fun. Dropout's fun. Don't wake standards are... Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly. And Trom, thank you for saying the name of the episode, because I think, again, plenty of people, even if they don't know the specific clip I'm talking about, and some might have deduced it, would be like, might understand why I'm not openly just quoting the episode on my stream, because not a great look. Actively violating HR live on air, so yeah, I've watched a good bit of Game Changer. I watched like 10 or so episodes after getting the subscription recently, and it's good entertainment. It's kind of ironic, especially since we're listening to TV World right now, because one, it's legitimately just reminiscent of old TV, while also being just better than Hollywood is at all right now. Disney apparently put out a trailer for a new movie called Hex, and I saw a lot of people comparing it to the Owl House, and someone mentioned how it's like, it's they want to give the movie a chance, yada yada yada, and I'm like, I'm so past that. Especially because if they wanted Owl House, they would have been nice to Dana Terrace the first time. So I'm not entertaining. I'm done. I'm past entertaining Disney at all.
Disney.
That's why I'm putting Mickey in my own comic, because he's public domain now. I can do that. He deserves a better home. Stealth, can we adopt a rat? Please, Stealth, please, can we adopt a rat, please?
Is it rabbit?
No, I said rat.
Yeah. Is it rabbit?
Oh, no. I thought you said, is it a rabbit? And the answer to that was no. And is it rabbit? No. It's a normal, healthy rat.
Okay.
When you hold it, its tail wiggles. So, that's pretty cool.
I mean, what you described is just Kiwi.
That is true. Bald rat. Lord. Also, this is because this is legitimately one of the things, you know, which makes me want to watch the French version, because there's a part in one of the Code Lyoko episodes where where they mention something about Kiwi, which is one of the characters' dog, and Kiwi looks like a weirdo. He definitely looks like he doesn't have any hair, except here's the thing, in that episode they describe him as shedding. And I need to know if that's in the original or if it was just like a shortcut they used to you know, to fill in space. I'm desperate to know. Does Kiwi canonically have hair? Tiny, small hair. Stealth, you know Nightcrawler from X-Men?
Hmm?
You know Nightcrawler?
Oh, Nightcrawler? Yeah.
You know he's hairy? You know the stuff on him is hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it reads to me as hair, at least.
I definitely was at one point thinking it was blue skin and not fuzz. But Nightcrawler is I was talking about reading manga, but I do need to catch up on like old school comics because I've read a good bit of X-Men and I've watched a good bit of X-Men. I love Nightcrawler. He's great. He's got cool powers and he's always using them even cooler than you expect. There's a clip from an X-Men show I was watching recently where there was a ship sinking and he just used his powers to teleport giant chunks of water out of the ship at a time. And I was like, damn. He's kind of sick with it. So. Also, who doesn't love a Christian superhero whose power is to teleport through actual hell? So I guess you'd want to be Christian at that point, right? Even more so than Daredevil, who just is kind of beating the shit out of people. If you're teleporting through hell, it'd probably be good to have some faith and be like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Take that with me just in case. Stealth, let me ask you something, because I'm curious about this. Let's say we lived in a decently Marvel-like universe, right? So you had all the Marvel heroes out there, and for example, Thor was running around. Stealth, would you try to go to Valhalla? This is the thing you have to think about, right?
It does seem like a pretty happy place.
Yeah, but okay, Stealth. Now think about this. Because on top of the fact that I imagine you, on top of I, would have to change our entire belief system, we would then also have to die, you know, valiantly in battle. So, like,
hey.
Yeah.
I hope I can say this on the stream, but our current political climate gives us an apt, an apt battlefield to die on.
So, I mean, listen. I'm not gonna get too twisted about that. Punching Nazis is never a bad idea. So, especially if Thor's gonna come around and help you, you know, then it's really.
Oh, Thor's ulting. He got CC'd.
Listen, I actually think, you know, people have pointed out before that there's kind of there's a decent disparity between different Marvel Rivals characters. And, that is true, but Thor, one of the launch characters, one is the God of Thunder, and two, he came with a pretty good beefy kit to start out with. He has a whole thing going on, so some of the disparities are definitely a little weird, but Thor is, I would say Thor is accurate enough. He's not quite Thor strength, but he's good. I love him. So. Trying to think, because I really think Deadpool I make an exception for because he's Deadpool and he's literally filling 3 roles. Does Black Cat have the most abilities in the game?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you take into account her point buy, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like the two that are notably like more robust than like Scarlet Witch and Phoenix, who are like, you know, supposed to be like cosmic beings. I feel like the only actual two that are like insane for what their kit is would be Gambit and Black Cat. Gambit, like, it's not even necessarily it's not even necessarily that he shouldn't be strong. It's just that in the game sense that he has a lot going on. It's like that's more than just blowing things up, which is usually his MO. And then obviously Black Cat is like, she's a thief, and it's wild that, like, yes, they do work it into that she has so much, but it's still weird that she's able to do so much in the game sense. So
that's like a common thread with a lot of the more broken characters in the roster. They just do entirely too much with their kit.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I think, like, if there's a Black Cat rework, I think just take away the store and like do something like everything else. Okay, because like she's quick, you know, kind of almost like a Black Panther meets Spider-Man, which is perfectly appropriate considering cat-themed superhero from Spider-Man. But like the store really adds a lot to it, and it's like fully see. I mean, I don't know. Seeing through walls is kind of like that would work for, but like one of them works for like a thief hero in like that kind of justification. Not all of them, and she can have all of them. So that's why I'm kind of a fan of like, yeah, just take her. Doctor Strange needs to cut her off. Like she doesn't need it. I'm sure she would still be perfectly viable without all that. Like in terms of just doing damage and everything. Maybe not as much utility, but that's kind of the problem right now. So you kind of want utility for characters like, you know, like Loki or what have you. Like actively like very magical, powerful characters. Black Cat having all that is like, huh. So. But still fun. Yeah, between the like 1 day and a half I took playing Deltarune and working on comics. I already don't play, like, Pig and Stealth made a habit of playing Rebo weeknights and stuff, and I wake up too early for that.
Wake is no longer a thing.
Well, yeah, especially with Pig. Well, that's because Pig has a job now, which is good. So, yeah. But listen, I unironically, I'd love for like my book or whatever I do to take off, and like I'd love to be able to, and like I don't expect any of you to. Well, okay, let me rephrase. I know y'all wouldn't be gung ho about it. It would be a legit offer. What I was going to say is, I would love to just buy like a big house and be like, hey, if anyone wants to come stay here and not ever work a job in their life, feel free. I would love to be that kind of. That would be what I'd spend the most money on, is being like, here's a big house, got like 6 bedrooms. Friends welcome to stay here, no cost. Do as you please.
Hey, that would convince me. I'd probably still work a low stress job. Yeah. Just to help out.
I was about to say, I mean, definitely. If you have no job, then it's like, Cahill, can I have an allowance? And like, again, if I'm making bank off of a book or something like that, if I make like, you know, fucking Percy Jackson kind of money or whatever, like that's fine by me. But yeah, that's up to you, depending on how much you want to be like, I'm just going to let Cahill do whatever. So I feel like the reason I would want to do that is because if I'm making money off books and shit like that, I actively am doing whatever the hell I feel like it. So offer, extend to friends. It's a stressful world out there. I don't want my loved ones to be feeling the whole weight of that by themselves. That's crazy. Yes?
Koromaru, he wants to watch TV with me.
Yeah. You ever play Resident Evil?
Wants to watch a documentary about wolves.
Of course he does. That was gonna be my question, Self. Have you ever played Resident Evil 4 or no?
No.
Okay. You save a dog in that game, and then it helps you. So. Yeah. And Leon's like, it's that dog. So, because he does that. Lord. Stealth, would you play Resident Evil? I mean, I don't know how much Resident Evil you play, but would you be interested in a Resident Evil with a 60-year-old Leon doing like almost old man Logan shit?
Would he still be hot?
Yeah, he's a foxy grandpa for sure.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm easy to please in that regard.
That's fair. He's definitely not as old as people made him out to be.
Hot guy.
That's all you need. 49 is like, it's up there, but we reasonably could have plenty more games with old ass Leon doing action hero shit. So I look forward to it. Full gray Leon, just kicking ass, making quips. I also love. I said this when I was watching like playthroughs of Requiem and seeing it, and I think Penny Snapcube said similar things. I love how since Resident Evil has gone from scary to like campy action back to scary kind of, Leon staying the exact same through that whole transition makes him seem like an insane person because no matter what's happening, he makes the same one-liners. It doesn't matter if it gets really horrific, he's still doing it, and it's great. I love him. Everyone loves Leon Kennedy. He's the best. I've definitely asked your favorite horror game before, Stealth. And while I can't think of it right now, I can probably think of it later, so I won't ask.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Did I just mess with my... No, it looks okay in here. Also, I hope people don't remind deltarune songs repeating. This is like my highlight list of the OST, so there's like 20 songs, but I like them all, and literally will just listen to them on repeat when I'm by myself. So Stealth, before we go, I haven't asked you. I keep getting the dog's name mixed up with several syllables. Please pronounce it for me.
Koromaru?
Koromaru. I was gonna say Koshumaru, and I was like, that's not it. What's his persona? What does he do?
Cerberus.
Cerberus? Oh fuck yeah! You know, I was like, it's probably obvious, and I'm not thinking of it. And fucking Cerberus is great.
Yeah. Mainly dark spells with some fire mixed in.
Yeah. What was I just thinking of? Again, no video game tutorial, what have you, companion will ever be actually as annoying as Handler. I've decided. And the fact that people think it's a contest between like her and Navi or whatever is hilarious. Morgana's not like my favorite character in P5. I do love his persona, Zorro. It's fucking good. The design of that is just top tier. Let's see. Persona 5. So, do you know, do they ever reuse main character personas as like, you know, as like recruitable ones? Or is it always like...
Not that I've noticed. I'm
Yeah.
not going to. I can't say for sure whether or not.
Yeah.
Because I still have limited exposure to the series.
Yeah, and I will say there's only 5 games, and I think it's completely fair for those 5 games to be reusing like the same pool, because it's a big pool they have from like Shin Megami Tensei and what have you to pull from for like the enemies and like the different personas the protagonist can recruit. So it's not like they necessarily are dying for like a million more, and I appreciate that because, you know, I've often said I think a problem with something like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh is the people making it feeling like they need to do wholly new stuff every time. I'm like, you're gonna run out of fuel real quick. The fact that Pokemon got to like Gen 5 before they like definitely started redoing stuff and like maybe running out of some steam is It is a testament to them, but
Testament?
Testament.
From hit fighting game Guilty Gear Strive?
Yeah, sure. Isn't that the non-binary one?
Yeah.
What's between your legs? A scythe. Man, it's cool that Tifa's coming to Street Fighter 6, but I don't play that game. And I also don't play Guilty Gear, but I like how Guilty Gear looks. And, you know, there's pretty ladies in that already, so... Someone tell me where this is. Why are all the pretty girls from this country? And it's the trans flag. Bridget's... I mean, I think a lot of Strive characters look better than their previous incarnations. Bridget definitely, because I prefer Big Puffy Jacket to like... I thought her dress before, I just didn't feel like was doing enough. It was not enough going on. It's just kind of a nun-themed dress. But she still got her the yo-yo, so. Alright. Drew a boat. Tomorrow, hopefully we will draw all the barnacles I need. And that'll be the comic. I would definitely prefer... We did pretty good with the comic last week, even if it took, you know, multiple episodes. But we got through enough of it that I was happy with it. And if I could get through all of this on stream, that would make me feel a lot better, because, you know, what have you, what with the with the deltarune coming out, I'd prefer to have maximum free time with it, so we're gonna try that. Also, I don't think who is... Nah. I'm actually looking outside my typical actually, let me see if I can raid this person, because it's a VTuber doing art who I've seen before, so just raid her out the blue. Take a chance. Still, don't you ever want to leave your comfort zone? Do something adventurous for once? Okay. That being... Oh. I exited out of it. Yeah, I've relayed this before, but... I love that. I asked Stealth plenty of questions, and one time it was... lots of them were about going places, and Stealth was like, I can't stress enough, I don't do that, so... And you know what? Respect. I think I could learn a lot from Stealth in terms of staying in place.
Don't learn that one.
No.
What I would love for you to learn from me is to set healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't want you to learn from me is staying home all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, hey, it worked. That's fun. I love it when things work. But yeah, big VTuber doing art, so might as well check them out. I appreciate everyone being here, including Stealth. I'll see y'all tomorrow to draw more boat. I hope to see you then. Bye!